Alright, so tonight we're looking to cook a whole meal. We got a half pound of steak, a pound of chorizo, a cup of rice, and one whole onion. We have our phase change material, the oven preheated to about 325. It's going to get to 350 here in a minute. Our grill temp, or this cast iron pot inside here, it's going to be quite hot at 535 F, so that should give us a nice sear on the steak. Alright, so our phase change material has been heating up the egg cone here for 10 minutes, and I think we're about ready to start here. We're closer to the 350 temp now on the interior oven, and let's check what our sear temperature is. So we'll be at 336 Fahrenheit, which depending on your preferences might be a little low for a sear, but let's go ahead and give it a shot. Alright, so here's our steak. Fortunately, I left my oil at home today, so we're going to have a look here. Let that sear for about 30 more seconds. Alright, so that's about a minute on that side, and we'll do another minute on the other. Get it up. Alright, so that's a minute on each side. I'm going to add this plate here to reduce our heat. And add a cover to bake our steak. Alright, so we've let our steak cook for 9 minutes on one side, and we're going to go ahead and flip it. Whew. Alright, so we'll need to grab a hot pad here. There's our steak. And then we'll put this down while I flip it. So I flipped our steak over, and now on the opposite side. Go ahead and put our lid down for a second. And add a loop thermometer. Not exactly quick response here, but we'll try and get a temperature out of it. Yeah, looks like our steak is definitely getting up there. We're going to give it 5 more minutes on this side and then call it done. So our total time after searing has been 14 minutes, and I think we're probably done. So I'm going to go ahead and do another check. Since we're pretty much baking the steak here, it'll probably cook a lot faster. So yeah, we're definitely overcooked already. A little bit past the medium rare and medium side. So once we take it out here, it'll be completely cooked after we let it rest. So we're going to do that. And I'm going to set the camera down again. So we're going to cut into our steak and see how that looks. Looks medium to medium well, probably more on the medium well side. Alright, so we have our steak removed, and now we're going to fry up our chorizo. We're going to try to pan fry this and maybe do a little bit of covering. Luckily the oil is going to provide us a little grease since I forgot to bring it. So the steak is going to provide us a little grease. So start time here is at 18 minutes in after we started our steak. And here's our grease. Our pan temp was at 450 F. So I think we're going to have plenty of heat after we're done here to cook the rice. I'm actually just going to let that sit a minute. I'll leave the other lid off and just close the top. Okay, so while the video is off, I just transferred our onion to a bowl so that we can add it in. We'll give this a stir. Oops, looks like we left it on there a little bit and started to char some of our chorizo. That's okay. Alright, and just to reserve some heat, we'll go ahead and close it again. And as you can see, our oil is boiling. That's delicious. Trying to get a gauge on the temperature there. So the surface of our pork is at 180 F. We'll go ahead and put the original lid back on so we keep some of the juices. Still a little hot. Whew. So I actually opened the outer lid and still got steam. We're going to continue stirring our chorizo. Alright. It's still cooking away. Go ahead and take a gauge of our pan temp. Our cooking surface has cooled down a bit. Okay, so our chorizo should be done, and we're going to take it out and then try and cook our rice. I'm not sure if you can hear that sizzling on the video. Alright, so I'm going to set it down while I scoop it out, and I'll bring you back to the rice. Alright, so we have the majority of our chorizo scooped out. We have a surface temp back up to 310. It's a little higher than a second ago, so I'm going to assume it's going to keep climbing, but we're not going to wait for it. I have my water here, and we'll get a quick gauge of its temperature before we put it in. We are at 76 F or 24 C, so about room temperature here today. Pot's 150 C. Alright, so we're going to add our water. We're going to wait a minute or two for that to boil and add our rice. Actually, we'll just add our rice now. Distribute that out and let it cook. So we just added our rice, and our total cook time has been about 34 minutes so far. That's for 0.6 pounds of New York strip steak, about 1.5 inches thick, and 1 pound of chorizo, and the rice has been in there for about a minute or two. Alright, so our rice has been cooking for about 18 minutes, so we're gonna see if it's done. Alright. So our water's gone. Got a little bit of a red from the chorizo. I think we have a few more minutes left. So our rice was actually cooked last time. I just wanted it a little more done for personal preferences, but I did a test on it and it was cooked all the way through. So we are done cooking our rice. Our total cook time so far has been 1 hour, and we'll see what temperature we have left here in our pot. We still have a surface temp of about 250 or 120 C. Alright, I think that concludes our cooking for today. So that was 1 cup or 4 servings of rice, 0.6 pounds of steak, and 1 pound of chorizo, and 1 full onion.